Welcome back, fans, here to the Pro Wrestling Report Primetime on My 24 Milwaukee. Damian Nelson sitting alongside the legendary Road Warrior Animal. Welcome to the Pro Wrestling Report, sir.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much. You know, the legendary comic it makes you feel old right away.
Well, let me see. How can I rephrase it then? The world-renowned Road Warrior Animal.
There you go. There you go.
You know, Road Warrior Animal, you have been a signature reference point, if you will, as it pertains to tag team wrestling for a very, very long time. And amazing stuff that you did as part of the Road Warriors. But we've seen a lot of teams emulate the style of the Road Warriors in their time in wrestling. And how does it feel to watch so many people try to recreate to a degree the magic that you had?
Well, you know, most of the time, imitation is the greatest form of flattery there is. You know, and I guess all the time it is. But you know, I mean, guys are trying to make their footprint or make their stay in pro wrestling and around the world, and sometimes they try to emulate other guys. But you know, my advice to guys like that is pretty much find what's good for you and stick with your own thing. You know, Hawk and I would watch wrestling when we were younger, and we would take bits and pieces of what guys did that we loved, and then we created them and honed them into our style. Like a power slam, for instance. You know, I got that from Buzz Sawyer. But Buzz Sawyer did his power slam way different than I did. He just did a quick snap. I jumped up and got up in the air with mine. And I turned it into my own. So, you know, like I said, you know, listen, imitation is flattery, and, you know, you can't be mad at the guys who are just trying to make a living, you know.
Tag team wrestling today, obviously not as huge as it once was. What do you think is missing or could be added to the tag team wrestling scene to bring it back to its former glory?
Well, you know, I think what's missing in tag team wrestling is that, you know, you got to have two guys that have known each other, and tag teams have got to be together for a long time. Yeah. You just can't throw two guys together, which I think is a mistake that happens today a lot. They think because they throw one guy or another big star and another big star together, it's going to be a great tag team. It'll work, but people at the end of the day they kind of, you know, pass gas at it. You know, if I say that nicely on TV.
Pass gas at it.
But you know, like they tried. I mean, they've had times when tag team wrestling was starting to come back, and you see it come back a little bit. But then all of a sudden you go, oh man, why did they do that? And then they will have two tag team partners fighting each other, which doesn't make sense. So I think they have to go back to that. You know, it's kind of a lost art in our business. I think it's a very good part of the business. I think it could be a main event like it was before, but you got to get you know, it's about putting butts in seats, man. You got to get the right guys that can put butts in seats.
Every 18 inches, right?
There you go.
Obviously, great point on the tag team wrestling scene, but also there is this thing that I just have wondered about for years. And as I sit here next to you and I look, how long does it take to apply the face paint?
Man, face paint takes about 15, 20 minutes.
Really?
You know, yeah, it's funny. I couldn't draw you a stick man on a piece of paper, but I could put this stupid spider on my face and everything else. You know, it's we started off with just a couple lines back after the first Road Warrior movie, right? And then Mad Max came out, and we started elaborating and kind of just grew into the spider, like don't get caught in my web type thing, you know.
What'd you think of the Mad Max remake? Did you see it?
You know, I've not seen it yet. You know, Personally, I think the movie would have been better if they would have brought one of the original Road Warriors like myself in, put me in the movie. But, yeah, hint for the next one. But, you know, I heard it did great. I am going to see it, though.
What's your advice for those out there watching this who think they have a future in the wrestling business? What is it that they should be focused on, or what is it that the companies are looking for to get one of those very, very coveted spots on the roster?
Well, I think the first thing you got to look at is be a realist. Don't think because you're an athlete or you're a stud in your own world that you're going to be a stud in pro wrestling. There are a lot of tough guys in pro wrestling with many different types of backgrounds, and it takes a certain individual to be able to be a pro wrestler. Not to ruin their dream or anything, but, you know, you got to understand, you know, guys in our business, we protect this business. The first thing you should do is go in there with respect. Shut your mouth. Shake hands with every veteran that's in there, because that veteran has paved the way for you to have the opportunity even to get in the door. And I think that gets missing a little bit. A guy goes to a wrestling camp and thinks he could be world champ the next day. That's not going to happen. Some guys go 15, 20 years before ever getting a chance to win a championship, you know? I mean, Hawk and I were very fortunate, and Hawk and I have always thanked every guy we've ever been in the ring with that helped before us and during the time and afterwards. I mean, we knew we were really lucky, and we appreciated that. But I think because of TV and internet, guys think, oh, I'm going to go through wrestling camp now. Now I can be the champ. 6 weeks and they can't walk and chew gum in the ring because once you get in there and nervous energy gets in, you forget everything. Yeah. So, learn your craft. Take time to study it. And there is no stupid question. Ask a question. If you don't understand anything about psychology or why you're doing this, why you're doing that, ask. Because there is no dumb question in our business.
Road Warrior Animal, it is such a pleasure and an honor to have you here on the Pro Wrestling Report for the first time. Thank you for your time, and thank you for joining us and for all that you have done and will continue to do in the wrestling business. I think I'm going to, I'm motivated now. I'm going to start painting my face.
I'd stick with the mic.
Road Warrior Animal, ladies and gentlemen, here on PWR Primetime.